To uncover, to discover, to know that it's live and we're online right now. Call us, 790-721. Because I'm the only one. I'm the only two, and I'm the only one. Now, most people get on, hello everybody. Let's start this all over again. Or just bring it back and almost make like I wasn't here to start with. Maybe we'll change the glasses. Yeah, there we go. So what are we supposed to do? I come on here, tell everybody I'm Mr. Tack Pans, and nobody even says, like, who the fuck is Mr. Tack Pans? He's a made-up name that came out of the air. He exists only because of what went on. There was a change. I kept having new names and new names. When I was younger, who do you want to be? You want to be the captain of the team. Do you want to take a number? And usually the best one I always had was last, because last was best, because he cleaned up after all the rest. But in bowling, they want you to go first. But if it was a lap running, they want you to go last, if you're the best. So where do I come up with Mr. Tack Pans? Well, it comes from the name to cater. A cat. To cater on one. Cat backwards is a tack. Tack, cat, cat. That's the way it all began. I'm the cat because that's the way I felt I was. For certain reasons, I can tell you what they are, and you can go, you're not like that. And you may be right. Then again, you might look at Sylvester and say, yeah, you're just like Sylvester. But I'm not the cat of the circle of life. So I bumped out some of your stuff right now. I wanted to show you something. You see this sign over here? Right here? It says Hilton on it. It's International House of Pancakes. Why did I show you this? Why did I show you this? Will you stay on long enough? Now that we reach 2 minutes, usually everybody is gone. Because of this. The 10 card is the house we live in. Of 5 and 5. We can stand it up this way, and then that would be the coffin you'll be buried in. Here's the top, and here's the bottom of the diamond. Just like that. Means nothing to you. Teva Pharmaceuticals and the pharmaceuticals of Cerner, and it's called CERNO-MULTMU. I'm going to try and see if you can see any of this. This pharmacy here, right here, and this one over here. I don't know if you can see it. Teva Pharmaceuticals. Okay, you got to see what's happening at these prices. Okay, now I can't do all the work, and I don't know what to look for. Okay, but these two pharmacies, Teva, okay, and this Cerner, you got to start connecting these two groups like now. If you want to play a game, see what's there or see what's missing that should be there, because the Teva group, when I look for maps, okay, when I look onto maps and I'm trying to bring it all the way in, and I'm trying to see exactly where it is. Don't tell me. Wow. Maybe I'm not coming into, I'm definitely am in the wrong place. Because it shows me, wow, I've never seen it do this. Okay, I'm too close in. It shows me Winnipeg. Is that where this place is, in Winnipeg? Let me go back to search. And it says Teva Pharmaceuticals USA. Then the picture ends up showing me Winnipeg. I don't know why. So wherever this company is, they sell a pill which is called 93-720-7286. But because the 93 is with the 7286, that's why something is bizarre for me. Teva Pharmaceuticals, and then the other pharmaceutical name or other company is called Cerner, C-E-R-N-E-R. The other one is Teva Pharmaceuticals. Why am I telling you this? Okay, because they have just all the right numbers. I'm bipolar, and my bipolar spider sense brings me to these two pharmacies. Now, I'm not going to say anything wrong about them, but I'll tell you one thing. If you're looking for Charlie the tuna, this is one place to start fishing. You all know Charlie is a fish, right? You all know tunas means two sides. Angel network, more or less. Teva, or Tev, or Tov, okay, and Bet. Perfect for the Hebrew name. I mean, now I don't know if this has anything to do with the Hebrew, but this definitely has Hebrew stuff inside of it. What if I put up this and saying Teva Pharmaceuticals, and let's see, I'll just take out that number and go Teva Pharmaceuticals um, Middle East. Middle East. Okay, I just shoved that on right there. And I press the Middle East, and it comes up with contact Teva Pharmaceutical Industries is the global pharmaceutical leader. Global, it's now talking. Teva Pharmaceuticals is the leading generic pharmaceutical situation in the Middle East, and consider Israel-based companies. What other two places you cannot forget is Walmart pharmacies and Walgreens. In fact, you want to take at least 100 different pharmacies to 100 different pharmacy producers of medications, break them down, break them up, make some sort of game into it, put it in a computer and see what it spits out. Because I know at the end what's going to happen. But I don't care about the end. I want to know how it happens by the time we get to the end. Follow the drift? We're learning, we're having fun. God has put us on a planet. Things are happening. We want them to happen. I believe it's coming to the end of the game. Now, if it's not coming to the end of the game, whatever I tell you is definitely going to be way off base. For sure. For sure off base. But we're on base right now. In fact, smoking some weed. I got my neighbors. They want me to buy for them, so I bought him a bag, and I asked him to get paid for it, and he said, well, I won't have money till Tuesday. So I says, I'll give you half a bag now and the rest on Tuesday. He comes up with 15 more bucks. He says, okay, give me the whole bag. He says, and an hour later, he says, well, can I get an extra gram? And I says, okay, give me a gram. Give me $10 for a gram. He says, $10 for a gram. He says, it's a 3.5 for 25. I go, yeah. I says, but I ain't selling. You're buying, but I ain't selling. Well, what is that supposed to mean? It's plain and simple. See all this weed that's here? It cost me 42 bucks to drive down there, to pick it up, to drive a half an hour back. My gas and weed cost $42. You have to pay $42. That's simple. You want to be with me, or do you want me to go and buy for you? I'll buy for you. Well, now it's $50 because that's my price. But before we were sharing. So I just figured go half for the gas. So now he hasn't showed up in almost 24 hours. But I know he's going to want to come back, and he's going to give me, and he's going to try to push the bumper car up a little bit. So he owes me $8, now he'll owe me $13. The next time he'll owe me $18. Then he'll pay me it all, but he'll take an extra bag, he'll owe me $43. And it'll be 2 days late because the concierge, he said, whoa, he's not home yet, and I'm relying on him. So don't worry about it, because he always comes home. That's the way they play you in the field. So you don't want to really give them anything that's too wet, just to add on the weight, that because 3 days go by and the weed loses a little bit of weight. So you say to her, you see the 3.5 you used to get? Well, now it's the same 25, but all you get is a 3. Hey, who's going to lose? For the dust, she dries up, the weight goes down, and who's going to take the loss? I'm not Charlie Brown, you know. I'm helping people for the ride, but that's it. Right now, do you want to know something? What does this say? Satan, Satan. So I had a thought. I was going to point at something. I wasn't going to say 10 at all. You know what I was going to do? I was going to take a green and go golfing. Here's my golf stick. Here's the green and here's the hole. You put it together, it looks like a 10. If I made the percentage sign next to a circle and you walked away, you would think this was a 9. If it was upside down, you'd think it was a 6. But if it was the percentage sign, so if it's the percentage sign, look, this says 10 and this says 0, 1. Or, look, he's got two eyes. They're looking that way. And he's a smiling eye. And if he got too close, he'd look like the E was on the line. And again, you'd say 10, 10, because the Hebrew way says 0, 1. You ever see the Hebrews? They're reading that way. No, they start here, they go that way. The English, they start there, they go that way. They fucking run into each other. Imagine a Frenchman, an Englishman, and a Jew run into each other. Every time they say G, the Frenchman goes J. He goes G, and I go J because I'm French. But the Hebrew turns it around and says, I am. Now you get 1776. And who is of I am is no longer of who he is am, and like amga. Like, anyways, the reason I said that is because really it's the way it is. It's sometimes like as it keeps changing, the car's going forward and it says by the time and then the car's gone and I don't know what it is. So anyways, let me get on to this thing. So 10 can be 10 this way. If I say 6, 22, 6, it's only because the Jew on one side, okay, sees 22, but the guy on the other side sees 6. But when he flips it around, they're both starting with the same thing. Instead of it saying 622, the other way around, he's reading 622. 622 going this way, 622 going this way is 622, 6, because it's like putting trains on top of each other. I'm not sure which way to go. Say 10. 10, was it 10 Titanics? Titanic. 110 coming up. Queen Mary. 2 10s coming up. Change of names, of course. Tie 10 up. Satan, Jesus Christ. Hey, Mary. You know Mary, the mother of Jesus? Well, actually, don't tell Jesus that was his father. That's right. It was a he and a she's body having the... How do you think Jesus was born? If it wasn't God inside the body, Jesus could never come out. Unless they're trying to tell us that the science labs that are underneath the earth, when you get laid at night, it knows right away whether that sperm met the egg. And if the sperm met the egg, hey, you guys in New Zealand, to plug them up over there with the sperm and the egg. One in Canada just got laid, they're going to have a child. You better follow it with that sperm. So they follow your sperm for years electronically in the matrix that we are in. He says, hey, this guy hasn't been a good boy. The sperm machine, I call it it. And the pharmaceuticals use the word it because it can kill you. That's right. If you're not a good person and you have certain genes that you use, your sperm, the egg, this computer can say, and it's an automatic system, but the evil are the ones controlling the system. They can add, they can help you out, they can make a miracle for you, not all the time, but most of the time, because it's the system of it. It owns the earth, it grows the earth. That's how things naturally happen. There is no naturally happen. God came here and said, poof, piff, paff, and now it naturally happens. But before that, it was just burnt up in the sky, crushed like underneath the ocean, deep as you can go. This weed is good. That's it. I won't take another puff. I don't need to. I don't want to. There's not enough people here to ask me any questions that I can go a little bit faster. Speed up just a little bit to actually see. Is there any bipolar tendencies? Is it the weed? Stay tuned for the next program after this commercial. There is no commercial with me. So we look at the 10 and it looks like Hilton. The other thing I saw this is Teva Pharmaceuticals. The other place I saw this is CERNO. CERNO-MULTMU something. The other thing I keep seeing is, you ever see the IV? You know why it's an IV? Because IV from two sides will say 4 and it'll say 6. I and V from two sides of 4 and 6, and the V in the center says Federation, F-E-D, Federation. The 6th letter, the 5th letter, and the 4th letter, Federation, I-V. This world is a created world. When is somebody going to get online other than my 5 hits? Ask me a question, I'm going to find you an answer. And it'll all make sense, because you have to make it to make sense. You have to want it to make sense. And talking about sense, it is official, my friends. This is to inform you we are not sure how your local dépanneur, store, hotel, we are taking the penny off the market. 2 signs on the bottom, because it's in English and French. This is something to do with the killer. Telling me Rubik's Cube is not involved, and the last symbol they're running on is the last symbol. Do you know why they're running with this symbol and all the other symbols went away? Because the other one you can scan. This is a square. This is the flat face. This is the last cycle. This is the last 21 months now. Into the new year, 21 months to go. Ended the old year. It's like half inside the Hebrew calendar and half inside the Gregorian calendar, because it'll start 2 months after the Hebrew calendar, but it'll finish 2 months before the Gregorian calendar ends. In Gregorian, it'll end January 1st, 2015, except this one will end and restart on the 2014 of October. So it's like in between the two right there. But time won't stop. Things are going to happen, but we have to get into the excitement now. Let me read this to you. Important notice. The government of Canada is phasing out the penny. 1 cent. One was sent. That's all we need, is to have 1 cent, and one was sent, and one was received. Or he was sent away again. And he was 2 cents, and then he was received. So you relieve somebody of their penny. It's the spirit mind. To businesses who no longer distribute the 1 cent, the penny. Un sou, they say it in French, is 1 penny. But to sue someone in English is to go to court, and that costs a pretty penny. What's the difference between a pretty penny? Do you know why they're really taking it off the market? I'm going to show you 2 reasons they're taking it off the penny off the market. The reason they're taking the penny off the market is, here's your brass. This is all you need, okay? Some kind of new energy they're working on, or trapped energy, to show the reality that there's no freedom to the copper. Even though this is a brass, okay? This is the gold. This is us tied inside this $2 bill. At the same time, here we are as the dollar, the loon. We're paddling and paddling in the water and paddling in the water. I do not know what it represents, but these lines represent the old barn. Also the same color. So something is in here, okay? Maybe it's already stating the one spirit of who you are. Here's the life you lived. $3.41 in change in Canada. 3 times 41 is 1, 2, 3 ABC. Isn't that funny? We also used to have $88 in bills, which is the piano. 41 cents in change is the small change. Our small change is go-to-go in Monopoly. But now we add in the 3 plus the small change of 41. 3 times 41 is 123, or ABC, or Sesame Street. 4 for 1 for 1 for 4. The DNA, the cause of the DNA. So we can scrap this. I can look at this again. Have you ever heard, let's have a child, let's use the forceps? All these words were purposely put in here so that our minds, it's all done so that we can't catch on. It knows all about our minds. It knows how the matrix thinks. So it tries to put different things in there, hoping you won't notice the forceps. The The Caesarean is because they only open one side. They could have called it anything else, you know. All these words are specified. Even the word Schwartz, SCHW, 1, 2, 3, 4 consonants, 1A, RTZ. What about Schwarzenegger? How do we have Arnold Schwarzenegger? Why do we have a Schwarzenegger Arnold? Was that to hide something about Schwartz? And Montreal was to revive Schwartz's restaurant. Not to forget the Schwartz and one of the reasons for a Schwartz. Maybe, you see, I've seen people in Israel and they look tan. Okay? In fact, I don't know what happened, but I think, I don't like to say this, but I got to say it, but there ain't no white people. Let me tell you that. Okay, you show me the difference between this and this. Okay, now you show me. Now you tell me where my color comes more. Am I more like this color? Or would you say there's a chance I'm like this golden color, which is more like this color than this color? I know you see spots from the video and the light. Something's happening to my nose. I don't know. I've never had it. Maybe it's a disease. Something's growing on it. I feel like I'm changing into something else from another land, from another galaxy. What else is in this book here? Our DNA split, our songs, though, a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun. So anyways, what about this? Monday, Moon Day. Sounds like the moon. And in French, they call it lundi, and that's the moon again. On Tuesday, it was the chosen. It says two. Choose. Tuesday, 2 days. Second day of the week. Third day from the Sunday, but fourth day from the Saturday. Because if the weekend starts on Friday afternoon, before you get to the real second day of the week, you ain't till Tuesday. You touch Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and now you're into Tuesday. It's almost 5 days in 2 days. Then you say Marzi, which can be Mudzit, which means holy fuck or holy shit. Or Wednesday, Miraculous, the Spanish say it's a miracle. Wednesday, 555, 151. Those are the numbers. You think they're like that? Because they're the middle of the week. In fact, everything should start on a Thursday, and a Wednesday should be day 7. Thursday would be day 8, Friday would be day 9. Saturday would be day 10. Or wouldn't Sunday be day 9? Let's say Friday was day 1. That's what we're going to have to do. We're going to change this. Let's go Friday is day 1. Right? I mean, God made you on a Friday? Rested on a Saturday. Is that fucking tired? 1 day of work. Screwed him up already, eh? Well, where do you think God is? He's hiding, man. That 1 day you put him to sleep. Imagine that. First he built man in 1 day, and the whole next day he started sleeping. He says, you ain't coming back to Saturday again. He said, I don't want to see you motherfuckers. That's how much trouble we put him in right away. So let's say Friday was the first day. Next Friday would be the 8th day. That means the Saturday would be the 9th day, and Monday would be the 10th day. Tuesday, 11. Wednesday is the 12th day of the week. Thursday is the 13th day, and Friday is day 14. But they're saying unlucky 13 on a Friday, because it's not the last day of the week. It's the day you were born. That's maybe what it is, the 14th. So I'd have to figure that out, because the real first day of the week is not actually just that it's Friday, but it's also Friday and Saturday, and it started on a Thursday before it became today and ended by touching the next day. So Friday can be the first eve, but not the first complete day. So we'd have to have Friday the eve and the 24 hours. Because you got to have hours before, 4 hours, and 4 hours. Before and after. Before and after. In total, 32 hours. Okay, now, because I found something else. I found the number 32 total somewhere. And I also said that there might be only 16 hours a day. So 2 days of 16 hours would be 32 hours. Or it was 24 hours. Instead of losing the 8 we lost is the 24 that we're living, but we should be living 32 hours. Anyways, Thursday would be thirsty. Friday would be the chicken day, and that's why the chicken's on top of the church. And Saturday or Saturday, but there's so much more. There's so much more. Wake up, my friends. Oh, you're up. You're up. You're putting me to sleep. "21 more months." And this pharmacy stuff, wow, I don't even know what to say about it. But the other thing is this. The last thing they said here was Schwartz. Okay, it also says straw backwards. S-T-R-A-W. Straw. Schwartz. Although it's a Z, because it's hard to see, it looks like an S, because that's the way our whole alphabet works. If you can see a little bit better. You're only looking for... That's not the way it's spelt. Hold on a second. What did you say? Goat? Okay. G-O-T-E. Goat. First thought, first impression of the goat, it was 1-O. That was it. But I look it up, and it says O-A-T. Now you got the goat by a throat, and now it rhymes. So now you might do something else with it. It never stops. What, are you mad at me? Are you mad at pie? Oh, pie, you never stop. How come? It's the same thing, because it just doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop because you don't know what the end is. And you'll keep guessing and guessing and guessing. And you'll guess right over the truth. Raphael, 7286, in the constellation of 4 different parts of Pegasus. Thank you for watching.